What to do deep in the heart of winter waiting for spring to come? We can make soap for Valentine's Day. These mosaic heart faces will be the centerpiece of our Valentine's Sweetheart soap, and we'll need to make them well in advance of the entire project, so let's get a head start and pull out the soap dough. It's best if your soap dough is at least 3 days old to get it nice and pliable, so if you don't have any already made, prepare this project well in advance. Here's a 1 pound of the soap dough recipe for easy access, but if you need full instructions on how to make soap dough that works great and stores nicely and is not too expensive, then click on lesson 6.2 in the Soap Makers course for the full tutorial on this topic. For this project, we need to work backwards and do the decorative part first. Here, I've made a pound of soap dough, and I've colored half red and the other half white. And I've broken them down and mixed a few versions of the red and the white together for lighter shades of red. Now I can mix the two halves all I want and they won't ever turn pink because I'm using Red Lake 40. And mixing the Red Lake 40 with white takes you from deep ruby red to fire truck red to light apple red. You'll never get pink. And I'll show you how to get the pink later on in this video. Now once I've gotten them all into little pieces, I'll dust them with colored mica. And you can choose any contrasting color, but for this project, the white soap I'll coat in Cosmic Caroline, the darker reds will get Gold Shimmer, and the lightest red will get Raspberry Shimmer Pop. Now this mica, which is about to be dusted into the pieces in the bottom left-hand dish, is listed as not stable in cold process. And so if I were adding it into the fresh soap batter, it would turn from that beautiful raspberry color to a dirty burnt orange. But since I'm just coating it with the dough in the color, it's never going to work its way into the actual soap, so it will leave this accent shimmer in the same shade that we applied it. Now I want to turn all these little pieces into my heart embed. So I'm going to sprinkle random colors into the molds and make sure every mold gets random sizes and colors until the entire bottom is completely filled. Now once I have enough, I'll press everything together. And don't worry about making a mess or trying to control what it looks like. It'll all come together when we're ready to pop them out. Now I'm going to make about 20 of these. And I don't need to make them the full 1-inch deep hearts. In fact, if we make them that big, they'll be too big and they won't fit into that top layer of the bar. I just want to make these the heart faces. So I'll push these down just to make sure the entire bottom of the mold is covered. Now since everything is coated in mica, they won't readily adhere, so I really have to push them around and make sure that the individual pieces are sticking together, not just pushed on top of each other. And when I'm done forming these into the mold, each heart should look like one solid piece. And of course, just like any other freshly poured soap, we do have to set these aside to cure and become hard. So we'll leave them alone for 24 hours and come back to polish our mosaic hearts when they're ready. And after 24 hours, these are still soft but firm enough to remove them from the mold and wash them up. Having everything covered in mica reduces the contact with the air just a little bit, and when I make embeds this way, sometimes it's helpful to leave them for a little bit longer. But right now, they look like they're in the perfect state to pull out of the molds, and we can start working from here. And the last thing I want to do to prep our little hearts is to wash their faces. I want all the mica cleaned away, and washing them in a bowl of water will help blend everything together just one last time before they cure for good. Now I'll have an embed that looks like one piece, and it'll have just a hint of contrasting mica in the cracks between the colors, just like a newly polished piece of jewelry. Now we finally get to make the bars for this soap project. And this time, I'm going to do this a little bit differently. Now for this project, I want 4 flat layers like a strawberry cream layered cake. So I'm going to prepare the lye water and the oils for 3 pounds of soap, just like you've seen me do it 100 times in the past. Now what I have in this bowl are a combination of hard oils and soft oils. So I need to melt everything down and combine it together. Now this oil combination is going to trace at a medium speed, not too fast and definitely not slow. And since I'm pouring this into a flat slab mold, I want these layers to firm up before I add each layer on top. And so what I'm going to do is divide out 1/4 of the lye water and the oil combinations, and I'm going to emulsify one part at a time. Now I'm also separating out the fragrance and adding it to each part as well. This bar is getting a blend that I created with Love Spell and Harvest Moon. Love Spell is just a little too fruity for my liking, but it's still a popular romantic fragrance. But I've brought it down with just a little base of spruce and cedar, and it smells like a delicious feminine outdoor aroma. Remember I told you earlier how we can use reds to blend down into pinks? Well, you can't do that with the lake colorants, but you can do that with some of the micas. And Soapberry Red works very well if you want to bring it down into a pink or a pinky melon kind of color. And that's exactly what I'm doing right here. With just 1/4 teaspoon of Soapberry Red mixed in, we're ready to pour the very bottom layer of the mold. Now I'm just going to mention in this video that I've now had this mold that's made out of a cardboard box and crafter's tape for 5 years, despite the fact that I have a shelf of custom molds. Here I am, using one of my favorite contraptions. Now it's time to emulsify the second part of the soap, which is perfectly equal to the first. And this time, I'll add the fragrance and a dose of titanium dioxide to lighten the color. Now I've spaced out mixing each part of the soap batter by about 10 minutes, and this gives just enough time for the previous layer to become firm so I can add the next layer. In this case, 10 minutes was just enough time. If I mix all the soap at the same time, I run the risk of the layers being too thin to pour flat on top of each other quickly. And if I wait 10 full minutes, then the soap in the cup would become too thick to pour evenly. So this way we get everything to come together nicely. The third layer was made just like the first and the second. This time I have to be just a little bit more careful because that cream colored layer hasn't quite firmed up. So I'm just going to drop the soap right along the spatula and let it very, very slowly pour across the top and hope we don't mess anything up. Turns out it's a little bit uneven, but we'll make do with what we have.